There we go. Sun and Fun 2025, Lakeland, Florida. I think we know what that plane is right there. Bad Hulbert, Blue Angels. 3 Aviate Harriers just flew over in formation and we missed it. That's all good though. We'll see in a second. Here comes the tram. I can see a giant shawl. Good shawl. Let's take us over to the airshow place where we can visit everything. Still looking for the Harriers that just flew over. I can see them. We're at the 2025 Lakeland Airshow in Lakeland, Florida. This is what we came for. Stuff like this. Of course, the airshow later on today. All kinds of aircraft. Hoping the wind isn't that bad. C-17, very cool. C-130J. That over there is Maverick's cockpit. We actually saw that come down 95 once. That was really cool. A lot doesn't sound good. F-35. A-10 Thunderbolt. Very cool. Looks like some of these planes may have came out of the museum over here. This is the old Air Force One. How small it is. Isn't that 14 Tomcat? This is where the air show is going to happen a little later on. I imagine it's going to be super crowded too. Back of the A-10. Oh, looks like an old Corsair right here. Airshow. Coming. Come make its way over those flags. How slow he's flying. F-18s, I believe. Yep, they're out. Jimmy's World, the Elvis Jet that he just rescued and turned into that. What could possibly go wrong? All right. So this is the Jimmy's World Jet, and he's supporting the Wings of Compassion. So if you guys scan the QR code that's going to be paused here in a second over top of the video, you can support the Wings of Compassion. But we're going to tour the inside of it and check it out here real quick. So this is the inside of the jet. The reason why I'm voicing over is because of the music's playing in the background, it's copyright and all that stuff. But if you look, Jimmy went out to Arizona, rescued this plane after it sat for decades. And the inside of it is pretty much all velvet, the exact way that Elvis left it or his estate left it. So Jimmy picked it up and really can't fly it because the engines cost too much. So he turned it into what it is now, as a touring museum so that he can support the Wings of Compassion. It's pretty cool though. The way he did it is he set it on a RV frame with all the steering components, engine, and everything. And we've actually been driving to Florida and saw this going north on 95 up the highway. Jimmy driving it was pretty cool. You can see the cockpit there. The yoke on the left is the steering wheel. It's got mirrors hooked up to it. I'm not sure exactly the startup procedures for it, so can't really say, but it is an awesome looking jet. I'm glad that he got it. And I'm pointing at the steering wheel there, and you see he's got GPS in the center there for the road and all that good stuff. I don't think there's air conditioning in there, so I'm imagining it's very, very hot when you're driving it down the road. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And here in a second, you're going to see I got to meet Jimmy. Jimmy's one of the guys that I follow. His channel's at The Real Jimmy's World. So if you get a chance, check his channel out. Well, we all have velvet. There's so much velvet there. It's just unreal. There's a plane flying over right now. Yeah.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, entering the stage. Melissa Burns, professional aerobatic pilot, space skydiver, former base jumper, wingsuit racer, airline pilot, and love. And she does every one of those things. Please welcome her.
Look at these little experimental planes. It has a Rotax engine in it, which means it's an engine out of a like a snowmobile.
That's adorable. You're just talking like crazy.
That's so cool. Wow, it's got a nice Garmin screen in there. That's really nice. Look at the storage. Beautiful paint.
Huh?
Oh, it looks like a glider. Very cool. Oh, look at this. Looks like a Pilatus. It is a Pilatus. Wow. This one looks like the old Army C-12s.
I put it on my face. I just didn't put it on my shoulder.
Pretty cool. They're promoting the blades on these aircraft here.
Good there.
Wow, very nice.
Oh, I will. I put it on my face before I put my makeup.
Look at those Tundra tires, Alaskan Tundra tires. Yes, sir. Look at the size of the wing on that thing. So these helicopters are the Robinson or the RB helicopters, and like the little one in the end there's an R-22. They get bigger. It's pretty cool because inside those you can actually switch the yoke from side to side, or the stick from side to side. I'm not sure what they're really called on that one, but yeah, so they're pretty cool. They're nice to see in person, and the difference in the size there is unreal. I know that the one we're looking at right there now, the black one, that is, they usually fly those down here in Florida at the all the tourist places. They fly over the top of Universal and over Disney, so they're pretty cool helicopters. That one there, he's a famous sheriff in Polk County, Florida. He like pretty much, yeah, you have to look him up. So this here is the world's smallest jet. It's only like 12 feet long. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna let you look at it. I don't know much about it. It'd be pretty fun to fly though. I think I would enjoy that. So we got coming up next are these are a couple of junkers. Literally, I don't mean junker like, you know, the junk. These are based on an old, like the early 1900s aircraft that was made in Germany. They're not very fast. They have, like, back in the day they had bicycle wheels. Now they've got motorcycle wheels, but pretty much built them to look exactly like the ones that they had in the past. Of course, the ones they had in the past also had passenger compartments and everything on them. Never did see them fly, so I don't know where they're going with it. There's a couple of biplanes over there on the left. They're really nice. Pretty, very pretty. A lot of these aircraft that we saw down there are just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I wish I was kind of like a real pilot. It'd been awesome to fly some of these planes. That one there is I believe that's a Kodiak over there on the pontoons. There's a Kodiak 900 coming up, which is pretty awesome. It's got a full glass cockpit in it. I think at this point in the adventure, we were both like extremely sore. So here's a personal helicopter. I don't know exactly what it's called. I didn't see a sign for it. It's got the rotor blade on the top, and then it's got a blade on the back, so it can go up, and then the rotor on the back pushes you. Pretty cool. Looks like it's sporty and fast. If you have Flight Sim 2024, this is on the opening credits of the simulator. And this is the Kodiak 900 with a full glass cockpit. Absolutely love this aircraft. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be when we first came up on it. To actually get to see these aircraft in person was pretty awesome. We had a good time down there during the day. A little bit of wind, not too bad. It's good for the pilots, I guess. And that right there is a TBM 960. Actually, got that thing coming up on it right here. It's one of the most advanced prop planes out there. And those big missile-looking things on the end of the wings there, for those of you who don't know, that runs all your GPS and everything. So it's pretty cool. Then coming up are a few of my favorite prop planes. They're not very big. Watch one of these fly from England or the UK all the way to the US down to Alabama on a YouTube channel. They're the Diamond aircraft. Diamond Aircraft is the company name, and they call it DAs, like the one in the back there might be a DA 960 or a DA something. But I wasn't aware that they had the single engine, like that gold one right there. It's got the single engine in the front. The other ones, the twin engines, I fly those in the simulator. They're so easy to fly, and they have such a low stall speed on them. It's unreal. I don't even know how they stay in the air. When they go over, they sound like a kit plane, but they're pretty cool. Alright, so the next plane after these coming up is my favorite fixed-wing aircraft for personal type aircraft of all time. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Pretty excited about it. Guy wouldn't let me fly it. I wish he would have. So this one is the Cirrus Vision Jet. Looks like a little tadpole, and on the top you can see the engine. It's a jet engine on top of the aircraft with a split tail. There's a V-tail on it. And all leather cockpit, glass on the front, and as you look at the ceiling you're going to see a red button in the center, and that is actually a return to airport. You see the red handle up there, that's for the ballistic parachute. Right there in the center, that red dot in the middle is the if let's say you can't fly back for some reason, you're by yourself or whatever, and you feel sick, you just press that button and the plane will fly to the nearest airport that'll accept it. It's pretty cool. Right above the warbirds.
After approaching the ship at a high rate of speed and executing a hard turn, we have to hold the accelerator, lower the landing
He's far away. Sorry. Try to keep up with him. There she is, right here. Fire at the end of the airfield. Oh, that ain't good. There's a jet right over top of the corner of the building. Trying to follow it, it's so hard, it's so fast. I missed it, dang it. Sorry. Go back around. Get